Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Katrina and I'd like to welcome you to this gentle spinal flow that we'll be going through on this beautiful beach that I'm on. We can start in a tabletop position, so you can bring your hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and grounding down through the palms really firmly, so really feeling the four corners of the palms pressing down, feeling each fingertip, knuckle pad pressing down, and then bringing your shoulders over the wrists. Taking your time to arrive here. And then perhaps closing your eyes as we start to move through cat-cow. So as you inhale, you can drop your heart down and lift up through the chin and through the sitting bones. And then as you exhale, you can draw your chin towards your chest as you round through the spine. Inhale, opening up, drop the heart down. And exhale, draw in. So starting to connect to your own breath as we gently move into this practice. You can move through the inhales and the exhales in your own pace. See what feels good in your body as you start moving through these poses. See if you can make the inhales and the exhales a little bit deeper. Maybe you incorporate all the vertebrae of the spine into this movement, allowing the very lowest vertebra of the spine of the lower back and the highest of the neck to also become a part of this movement. Good. We'll take one final inhale, reach up through the chin, and then exhale, round through the spine, and we're going to sit back towards a child's pose. So sitting your hips towards the heels, fingertips reaching forward. See if you can reach the fingertips even further, getting a bit of a stretch, some length to the sides of the body. And then sitting the hips a little bit lower too. Good. With our next inhale, we're going to press the palms down and lift up towards a tabletop position. The hands might be a little bit further from the knees right now. And then as we exhale, we sit back down towards a child's pose. We'll do that again. So inhale, move forward through a rounded spine. And then exhale, push the hips back, allow them to lead you as you open through the chest and sit back, and then release the head down. Once more, moving forward, rounded spine. And then allow the hips to lead you back. Sit into a child's pose. Good. We'll move forward once more, push forward as you inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to lower ourselves all the way onto the mat. Hands under the shoulders. We'll inhale into a cobra. Exhale, back down. We'll do that again. Inhale. See if you can activate through the muscles of the back instead of only using your arms to push yourself up. We'll do that once more. Inhale. And exhale. Release back down. We're going to push back onto hands and knees and find that child's pose. Beautiful. Take an inhale here and an exhale. Good. Then lifting up again, hips come over the knees, and we're going to walk our hands towards the top of the mat, releasing the heart down into an anahatasana, so our puppy pose or melting heart pose. See if you can drop a little bit deeper with every exhale. Maybe releasing your forehead onto the mat, or if you're feeling quite flexible through the upper back and the neck, you can also lift your gaze up and rest the chin on the mat. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, we're going to ground the forearms down onto the mat, sliding forward into a Sphinx pose. So now releasing the hips onto the mat. You can gently wiggle them from side to side to make sure the lower back is long and relaxed. And then place your palms firmly onto the mat. You can really grip the mat through your fingertips and pull the shoulders back. Well done. We expand through the chest, shoulder blades moving closer to each other behind the back. Beautiful. Take an inhale and exhale out. We'll then tuck our toes under. We're going to peel the whole body off the mat, coming into a forearm plank. Beautiful. From here, we push back onto hands and knees, coming into a full plank. And then from here, push the hips back into a downward facing dog. Take a moment here, maybe paddling the feet out, bending one knee at a time. Bringing your focus back to the hands, make sure you press them towards the mat. Well done. Hips reaching up. Good job. We're going to do some more wave movements with the spine now from a downward facing dog. So as we inhale, we move forward through a rounded spine, pushing forward and pushing the mat away from you as you bring your weight forward. Then bend through the knees slightly, allow the hips to guide you, slightly arching through the spine as you return into your downward facing dog. Good. We'll do that again a few times. So roll forward, rounded spine, push the mat away from you. And then bend through the knees, allow the hips to drag you back up into a downward facing dog. Well done. We'll do that once more. Roll forward. And then bend through the knees, hips guide you up. Well done. We're going to roll forward again through that rounded spine, and now moving through a plank, we're going to keep the toes tucked and drop into an upward facing dog. Well done. Take an inhale, pull the shoulders back, reach up through the chest. And then as we exhale, we're going to release our knees back onto the mat and push back towards a child's pose. Well done. As we inhale, we ripple forward with our knees on the mat, and then exhale, return into a child's pose. Good. We'll ripple forward again with the inhale, and now tuck the toes under and return into a downward facing dog. Well done. Take a full breath here, in through the nose and out through the nose. From here, we're going to reach the right leg up behind us. And then as you exhale, hug the right knee in towards the chest and step it forward between the hands. We'll release the left knee onto the mat as we come into Anjaneyasana. So reaching up through the arms, coming into our low lunge position. Keep pressing the right heel towards the mat, and you can either have the left toes tucked or release the top of the foot down. Good. Inhale here. And then we exhale, releasing the arms down behind the back. Interlace the fingers there, and then start to open up through the chest, coming into a gentle back bend here. Good. See if you can gaze up, still keeping the balance. Take an inhale. And then exhale, come back to center, release the arms. We'll tuck the left toes under if they aren't already, and then press back into a downward facing dog. Good. From here we inhale, ripple forward towards the plank, and then from there all the way into that upward facing dog. As you exhale, you can release your knees onto the mat, sitting back towards your child's pose. Good. Inhale, ripple forward again. And then tuck the toes under as you exhale and reach the hips up into a downward facing dog. We then reach the left leg up behind us as we inhale. And then hug the left knee in towards the chest and step the foot forward. Right knee grounds down. And then we reach the arms up. Left heel grounds down, pressing it towards the mat to square through the hips. And you can either keep the right toes tucked or have the foot flat on the mat. Inhale. And then release the hands down behind the lower back, interlace them there, and start to open up through the chest. Well done. Don't worry if you feel like you're not able to go very far. It's a great opening for the shoulders anyway, and maybe you bring a gentle back bend in as well. Take an inhale, and then release back to center. Release the hands, bring them onto the mat, tuck the right toes under, and step into a downward facing dog. We're going to ripple forward again as we inhale. Drop the hips down. Taking another inhale here. And then drop the knees down, coming into your child's pose. Good. Ripple forward, inhale. Tuck the toes under and exhale, downward facing dog. Good job. From here we come onto our tip toes as we inhale. Exhale, bend through the knees, and then you can either hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Lengthen as you inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, fold over. Then come all the way up to standing, arms come overhead, extended mountain pose. And then as we exhale, we release the arms through the sides, soften through the knees as you come into your forward fold. Lengthen, inhale, and exhale, fold over. We'll do that again. So coming all the way up to standing, arms come overhead, and then release down, arms by your sides. You end up in your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And then as we exhale, we'll start to bend through the knees, sitting all the way back onto the mat. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, opening the knees out to the sides, lengthen through the spine, and then we exhale, fold over the legs. You can grab the feet if you like, or then reach the arms forward as you fold over the legs. Maybe closing the eyes here for a moment as you return back to your breath. Taking deep inhales and deep exhales. Returning to the body and all of the sensations that you're feeling right now. Being really present with all of them. We're then going to roll the spine back up. You can bring your knees in and then find your way on your back. Bringing the feet quite close to the sitting bones. We're going to press the heels down and lift the hips up into a bridge pose. You can walk your shoulders under the upper body and maybe interlace the fingers under the lower back. Reach up through the hips, press down through the heels. And take an inhale here. And then exhale, release down. You can windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Good. Releasing through the lower back. We'll do that once more. You can either do bridge pose again, or if you want to join me for a full wheel, you can do that as well. So we'll enter it the same way we do bridge. So pushing up through the hips, pressing down through the heels, and then bringing your hands onto both sides of the ears. We're going to push up onto our hands. And then see if you can bring a bit more weight to the arms and the hands, pushing the chest forward. Beautiful. And keep breathing here. Good. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you can return back onto your back. If you want to stay still for a moment, or maybe you sway the knees from side to side, releasing through the lower back. Good. Well done. You can then hug your knees in towards the chest, hugging them in really tight. You can sway from side to side. That might feel really good. And then we'll release our feet back onto the mat and open the knees out into a Supta Pada Konasana. You can rest your hands over your body, maybe one hand on the belly, one hand at heart center. As we take a pause here at the end of our practice, coming into contact with your own body again, quite literally feeling it through your hands, perhaps feeling your heart beating. Perhaps feeling your chest, your tummy lifting up and sinking down through the breath. Staying super present with the body and giving it a moment with you, giving your undivided attention to yourself. Take one more inhale and then exhale out. You can release the hands and maybe help the knees back together. If there's any last wiggling, swaying you want to take, you can do that. And then we'll end up onto one side and then push ourselves back up into a seat. Perhaps still keeping the eyes closed for a moment. Still energetically staying in that really calm, present space. And when you do feel ready to close the practice, you can bring your hands to heart center. And then bow your head towards the hands in gratitude. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope it was enjoyable for you. If you enjoy practicing with me, please subscribe to my channel. I'm here every week. Like I always say, I'm here on Thursdays. So do come back next week as well if you'd like to flow with me. Thank you so much.